I cannot live without books. Honesty is the first chapter of the book Wisdom. History, in general, only informs us what bad government is. The Declaration of Independence, the Declaration of Independence. The most valuable of all talents is that of never using two words when one will do. I'm a greater believer in luck, and I find the harder I work the more I have of it. Do you want to know who you are? Don't ask. Act. Action will delineate and define you. On matters of style, swim with the current. On matters of principle, stand like a rock. The man who reads nothing at all is better educated than the man who reads nothing but newspapers. We in America do not have government by the majority. We have government by the majority who participate. Our civil rights have no dependence on our religious opinions, any more than our opinions in physics or geometry. If a nation expects to be ignorant and free in a state of civilization, it expects what never was and never will be. Nothing gives one person so much advantage over another as to remain always cool and unruffled under all circumstances. I would rather be exposed to the inconveniences attending too much liberty than to those attending too small a degree of it. I predict future happiness for Americans if they can prevent the government from wasting the labors of the people under the pretense of taking care of them. Determine never to be idle. No person will have occasion to complain of the want of time who never loses any. It is wonderful how much may be done if we are always doing. The legitimate powers of government extend to such acts only as are injurious to others. It does me no injury for my neighbor to say there are 20 gods or no God. It neither picks my pocket nor breaks my leg. I sincerely believe that banking establishments are more dangerous than standing armies, and that the principle of spending money to be paid by posterity, under the name of funding, is but swindling futurity on a large scale. I had rather be shut up in a very modest cottage with my books, my family and a few old friends, dining on simple bacon, and letting the world roll on as it liked, than to occupy the most splendid post which any human power can give. We took the liberty to make some inquiries concerning the ground of their pretensions to make war upon nations who had done them no injury, and observed that we considered all mankind as our friends who had done us no wrong, nor had given us any provocation. And the day will come when the mystical generation of Jesus, by the Supreme Being as his Father in the womb of a virgin, will be classed with the fable of the generation of Minerva in the brain of Jupiter. But we may hope that the dawn of reason and freedom of thought in these United States will do away all this artificial scaffolding. I know no safe depository of the ultimate powers of the society but the people themselves, and if we think them not enlightened enough to exercise their control with a wholesome discretion, the remedy is not to take it from them, but to inform their discretion by education. This is the true corrective of abuses of constitutional power. I have observed, indeed, generally, that while in Protestant countries the defections from the Platonic Christianity of the priests is to deism, in Catholic countries they are to atheism. Diderot, de Lembert, de Halbach, Condorcet are known to have been among the most virtuous of men. Their virtue, then, must have had some other foundation than the love of God. Vast accession of strength from their younger recruits, who having nothing in them of the feelings or principles of 76 now look to a single and splendid government of an aristocracy, founded on banking institutions, and moneyed in corporations under the guise and cloak of their favored branches of manufactures, commerce, and navigation, riding and ruling over the plundered plowmen and beggared yeomanry. The ambassador of Tripoli answered us that it was founded on the laws of their prophet, that it was written in their Koran, that all nations who should not have acknowledged their authority were sinners, that it was their right and duty to make war upon them wherever they could be found, and to make slaves of all they could take as prisoners, and that every Mussulman who should be slain in battle was sure to go to paradise. I hold it that a little rebellion now and then is a good thing, and as necessary in the political world as storms in the physical. Unsuccessful rebellions, indeed, generally establish the encroachments on the rights of the people which have produced them. An observation of this truth should render honest Republican governors so mild in their punishment of rebellions as not to discourage them too much. It is a medicine necessary for the sound health of government.